I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. Happy FOMC Day for those of you anxiously awaiting the 2 o'clock Fed rate announcement. 2 o'clock New York time, about 2 minutes. I am your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita, and back with me after being run ragged by his Brady Bunch hillbilly family is Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. How you doing over there? Dragging me out of bed early.
Run ragged is going to be my life, it seems. Like we were talking about before the show, even with Sean getting his driver's license, I still have to take him on Friday. He's having his wisdom teeth cut out, so I got to take him to that. Just so much stuff going on all the time, and we're getting ready for back to school. Everybody's going back to school next week, so I think it's next week. I don't remember. Yeah, the 6th or 7th is when they start back. So trying to get the kids to their respective schools and get checked in and get their schedules and get their locker assignments and all of this. Oh my God, it's never ending.
Yeah, is he getting all 4 teeth pulled?
I'm not sure. So I am whatever the helicopter and lawnmower parents are. I'm the polar opposite of that. Like, tell me just enough information so that I'm assured that you're not going to die in the process. And otherwise, I don't want to fucking know about anything you got going on. So like, I let him do his own dentist appointments and talk to his dentist and figure out, like, if there's something that I need to sign off on, then I'll sign off on it. But otherwise, like, he can figure his own shit out. So I don't know. He scheduled all of his own appointments and everything. I just have to get him there.
Oh, dude, it's going to cost you a fucking fortune. It's going to be half that house money that you got. You should have come down to Mexico, dude. It's $150 a tooth.
Stephanie's insurance is pretty phenomenal, so we should be okay. But we'll see.
Dude, I honestly, well, I don't know. I don't know if it matters. Well, we'll see. They quoted me like fucking 5 G's for 2 teeth. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Mexico and get it done for $300. That's how I fucking roll. It'll be great. Make sure you take some pictures of his gigantic face like the day after this is done. You can use that as motivation for him to go to the gym. Because if he keeps fucking double fisting cheeseburgers, that's how he's going to permanently look. But yeah, next time, dude, come on down. Just a quick visit to PV. You guys can crash here and get it done. $150 a tooth. They're gonna put them under. They're gonna put them under.
Oh yeah,
they get to charge you like fucking $400 for 15 minutes of anesthesia.
Yeah, they based on the X-rays. And all right, I'm finding everything. He texts me pictures of everything whenever they did it. Yeah, they got to take out all 4 of them, and looking at, like, they're gonna have to cut and pull because they're starting to go, but they're going crooked, and yeah, they're not gonna just pull them. They're gonna have to cut them out. So,
oh boy, major oral surgery, 4 teeth. I don't know. Maybe you're. I don't know how they do it in hillbilly land. Is he just going to like your neighbor? He's just gonna rip them out with fucking pliers.
That's the way we like to do it. It's unfortunate for him. So he got a lot of his mom's genes where that kind of stuff is concerned. Like I've never had any issues with mine, and they've never tried to come in. And the doctors are like, even if they did try to come in, the way they're in there and lined up, like, and you have plenty of room in your mouth, they're like, you'd never have a problem with it anyway. My daughter, same way, but poor Sean, he just completely takes after his mother in all of that. So,
yeah. Well, the dental industry, much like most of the healthcare industry, is, oh man, if that fucking reverses, I'm gonna be really pissed. I just got stopped out. I've been waiting all day to see if this market was gonna keep running higher, and of course, the one time I don't take my profits, it doesn't run when the Fed starts talking. But the dental insurance in general is just such a fucking scam, as far as I can tell. I mean, it's most of the healthcare industry is completely fucked up, but like dental, you're supposed to go for a cleaning every 6 months. Like that's guaranteed. That's like maintenance on your car. Why would you insure for that? And then when I actually went to go get my wisdom teeth pulled, my insurance was only going to cover like $1,500 of it. It quoted me $5,000 for 2 teeth. It's like, what is all this insurance for? If not for like a fucking major oral surgery kind of thing. Paid into it for fucking decades. Never really used any of it. Never had any like big teeth problems or anything. And then the one time you need it, it's only going to cover fucking 20% of the goddamn bill. And then, of course, we have great dentists here, particularly in PV, because there's all like this is where Canadians come to get all their fucking dental work done. Because as most people know, the Canadian healthcare industry is just atrocious. The waiting list for everything is forever. So they can come down here and get great work done, surgeries and everything. On the cheap. Yeah, it was $150 a tooth here. They charged me $150 for a phone call to talk to the oral surgeon in Chicago. So I don't know if that puts things in perspective. But yeah, they've done a tremendous job of fucking up that industry as well as the healthcare industry overall. So I don't know. Maybe one day some people will finally fucking realize that having the government involved in these industries is the problem. The more they get involved, the worse everything gets. They have they can't point to one industry where they've intervened, where they've made it better. They just absolutely haven't. In fact, I saw some fucking idiot was posting, I forget who it was, one of those fucking talking heads on Twitter, about the SNAP program. SNAP alleviates poverty and it helps these kids and blah, blah, blah. You can look at a chart of poverty. It has not been alleviated. It flatlined as soon as the government started its war on poverty. And if the SNAP program did alleviate poverty, then you would see not only that, but the program wouldn't be growing. How is the program getting bigger if it's alleviating poverty? The whole thing's just a fucking disaster. Everything the government touches. But anyway, we digress. We've got more important things to talk about, like blue jeans commercials. Or what do you want to start with? I don't even know. We talk about
that's a good one to start with because it follows up from something we were talking about on Friday anyway. But naturally, we're talking about Sidney Sweeney and her jeans and her butt and her boobs and white nationalism and Nazism. And wait, were we talking about all that stuff? Oh no, that's the left. The left said that everything Sidney Sweeney related is just white nationalist, Nazi, racist. What else? Homophobic. It's all the things. It's every buzzword.
Yeah, it's apparently you're just not allowed to like anything that involves white people in it. You know, if this was it, and did they actually have it? Is that Beyonce thing real? Beyonce's in like Levi's commercials now or something? Because I think that's getting praised. But it's like, if there's something that gains like national attention in a positive way, and it involves a white person, that's proof of white nationalism and white supremacy somehow. And I don't know, it just doesn't work with any other race. Now, and dude, it must just be, yeah.
And yes, the Beyonce one is legit. So Beyonce did that to promote her country album. Like Beyonce did the Levi's thing to try to promote when she had her country album out, which if you enjoy country music and you listen to the Beyonce country album, that might be the worst abortion ever created. Holy fucking shit. But then they made that all about like racism as well. Oh, how terrible it was that nobody liked Beyonce's country album. Like, because it's fucking terrible. Also, why does Beyonce need to have like blonde hair and wear blue fucking contacts when she does all this shit? Like,
yeah, this is like white face that she's putting on, especially like trying to appeal to like country people, country music people. That's like, it's like a minstrel show, but for hillbillies. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on blue jeans and shit. God damn it. It is going to fucking rally right after sweeping those lows. I should have known better. I should have left my stop where I had it. But yeah, dude, this is just, and by the way, she's culturally appropriating blonde hair, white people's hair in that Beyonce thing. This was just like, I don't know, dude, just imagine. It must just be a miserable way to go through life. Every time you see something, you have to just get angry and obsess about the race of somebody.
Well, and look,
can't you just admire, enjoy the commercial or something?
And like these are the people that are mad about Sidney Sweeney's.
If anyone from American Eagle who was involved in the creation of Sidney Sweeney's most recent advertisement booked into my Pilates class, I would give them the hardest exercise class that I was capable of doing on the lightest possible spring load with 0 breath cues.
All right, bitch. No. We know you don't do Pilates or anything exercise related.
So, yeah, for those of you just listening, this is a hideous woman, as you can imagine, with at least 2 chins that I can see. I will do her Pilates class right now. She doesn't have to give me any breath whatever instructions. I will fucking ace your class. I guarantee you. If there's any physical fucking competition she wants to go through, I will be able to do it. 10 times better than she will. Maybe 1,000 times better. Yeah. Of course. It's just ugly, fucking disgusting women who are jealous of her.
Oh, and then there's this one.
Hey, you want to go to American Eagle?
Oh, I can't go in there because I'm black.
Yes, because that's exactly what having Sidney Sweeney in a commercial said, is black people aren't welcome in American Eagle.
Right. Like, how do you even come up with that? Okay, so they put a white chick in their commercial. Apparently that's just illegal. Are we not? We don't have a right to exist, Justin? Do we not have a right?
Correct.
Because apparently everything we do, if we just exist in a pair of blue jeans, that's white supremacy.
Don't forget to boycott American Eagle for their racist shit online, talking about blue jeans and white people. Boycott American Eagle. Boycott the shit out of them. Boycott American Eagle. Do not buy them. And cancel this person. Cancel for her being racist. For propaganda. Cancel American Eagle.
You know, I haven't bought anything American Eagle since I was in fucking high school, and now I'm tempted to go to the mall. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna buy some jeans out of spite.
Yeah,
like it's like 90 degrees here and 75% humidity. The last thing I need is a pair of jeans, but yeah, that's not going to work. That's going to be like the opposite. Them trying to get you, that kind of person trying to get you to boycott something because they know that you like the commercial or whatever. Like, it might as well have just been like a woke commercial in the other way, where it's like, yeah, instead of them fucking boycotting whatever American Eagle, they're just gonna buy it even harder.
I don't have an ass either, so I mean, this is bound to work. Like, I bet that looked good on me too.
Yeah, probably about the same.
In response to that, there were a number of posts of Sidney Sweeney's ass, and she does actually have a decent ass on her. I think we were correct I was correct in the assumption that those jeans were not a good fit for her ass, which could have been deliberate to avoid over sexualizing her. But
well, yeah, but it's like it's not a great advertisement for the jeans. Then, like, you want women want those jeans to accentuate their curves, I would imagine. Not make them look like a fucking spindly stick figure. So yeah, I just again, I like the commercial. I just didn't like it wouldn't make me want to wear those jeans if I was a chick. And again, I just don't understand how this is like to come up with this as being racist somehow is just it's on par with peanut butter and jelly and milk being racist and all that other stupid shit that they come up with.
Drinking coffee is racist.
Yeah. Showing up on time.
Changing out the battery on the smoke detector. Oh wait, that one's actually correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Play that other. I sent you that one with the brown girl, right? This is a reaction from a chick who's not actually hideous.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that one too. I thought I had it queued up. Here you go.
I really wasn't going to weigh in on this, but here we go. It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture. Take my name if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sidney Sweeney is especially off-putting. There's a lot of rhetoric right now online about the political ideologies that this represents, and I don't discount that, but for me, I can't help but think about the 13-year-old brown girl who gets all her denim at American Eagle, who already struggles to see her beauty and worth in a world that continues to value white, Eurocentric beauty standards, which I naively thought by this point we would have moved the needle on. And this girl is now wishing she too could wake up with blonde hair and blue eyes. It took me so long, too long in my life to look in the mirror and see beauty. And I hate that continues to be a shared experience for young brown girls in this country.
All right, number one, if they're already getting all of their denim from American Eagle, you're doing pretty all right. Like, you're not one of the struggling people in this country if you're getting all of your denim from American Eagle. So shut the fuck up. Like, these kids are fine. I think the last thing that they're worried about is whether or not they measure up to Sidney Sweeney if you're already getting all of your denim from American Eagle.
Yeah, here's like, again, dude, the thing about, like, even white people yearn for blue eyes and maybe blonde hair too. You know, it's not just like, I don't know, dude. This is like a universal beauty standard, time immemorial. That yeah, blonde hair and blue eye, like that's a beautiful look. It's not like a white supremacy thing. And you're not alone in wanting to look like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed bombshell if you're a woman of color. You don't think other white women want to look like her too? What? Like, this is just so retarded. was looking up American Eagle Outfitters. Their stock's down 49% over the last year. Got a little pop from this ad, though.
Well, that was the thing about the ad. Excuse me. Was over the last few years, they've gone in a more woke, embracing all of that dumb bullshit kind of advertising direction. And this was a rejection of that. Because obviously it's not working. Like, what's the, even if you're not pissing off, like even if you don't go full Bud Light, right? Like if you don't end up getting boycotted and just getting like rallied out of the market immediately for some dumb thing, just like years of progressively moving more and more in that direction, apathy sets in and people are just like, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with them anymore. I mean, like Target got some backlash, but that's kind of something that had been happening to Target right before they hit the big backlash. Was they had kind of been like trending downward a little bit, and then they had the big thing that came up that just like smacked them kind of, and it happened to come up right around the same time as the Bud Light thing, and so everything just kind of compounded for them. Like a lot of these companies are starting to see people just get fed up with the shit over and over again and say, yeah, like even if it's not an outright boycott, American Eagle down 49% over the last, several years. That's because they keep doing this shit and people are just like, all right, well, I guess I'm just not going to go there anymore and take their business elsewhere. And they realized that they had hit a point where they had to do something or they were going to end up going under. And so this was the thing Victoria's Secret did the same thing. Victoria's Secret abandoned the fat tranny models and went back to having angels because they realized that shit wasn't working out for them. Like,
yeah, it's all fine and dandy if it's not going to just cripple your bottom line. But there's only so long that you can feign a support for these retarded ideologies. And people don't want to be forced to try to like some. Nobody wants to look at a morbidly obese chick in anything ever. So yeah, obviously if you're trying to sell clothes, you want a beautiful fucking model. And by beautiful, I mean like the standards of beauty that have existed forever. It's like, yes, I guess, 100 years ago or whatever, if you were a little thick, that was a sign of affluence or whatever, and that was attractive. But they weren't coming in at fucking 275 with purple fucking hair and a bunch of weird piercings. And no, they were probably like 135 or something, and that was considered a little on the thick side back then. Like I don't know, dude. I just, people don't want to be forced to like, oh, you have to like this. You're going to like this whether you like it or not. And we're just going to keep putting this in front of you. And no, people aren't going to, we're not malleable like that. We're not. And it just goes to show you that it's so easy to sell fucking things like this. Just put an actual beautiful woman in your commercial. Boom. And they didn't even get like I said on the last episode, like they could have even done better if they're trying to sell jeans. But this was good enough. It was absolutely good enough. And just look how triggered all these ugly leftists are, dude. It really is amazing.
Oh, dude, did you see the thing with the T app where these women could go and like talk shit about their ex-boyfriends or whatever? And then so all of the T information got leaked, and like all of these chicks on the T app got doxed, and there were pictures, like their pictures were going around, and it was probably 9-to-1 ratio of how many of them were just absolutely straight up fugly and overweight. Like there were memes going around of it, and so it was fucking hilarious. Like that's the demographic that's mad about Sidney Sweeney in a commercial, or the T app, like fat miserable bitches that don't deserve love.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, fat chicks need love too. Like my buddy's dad would always tell me. It's just not going to come from me. That's all. But no, I mean, like you can't call Sidney Sweeney ugly, right? And you can't really attack the commercial for being a bad commercial because it's got everything that you kind of want in like an American blue jeans commercial, like Americana, nostalgia, muscle cars, hot chicks. So I guess you're just left with racism. Like, oh, it's a white chick, so this is promoting white supremacy somehow. Like, what were they like? Should they have like added some? You know, it's got to be like the science textbook where you have like an Asian, an Indian, a black person, and maybe a white person on the cover of the book just to cover all your bases.
No white people. You don't have to include white people as long as you include everybody else.
Yeah. My favorite is when they have like all these studious people, like black kids on the fucking cover of the math book. It's like, dude, they failed math class and like 80% of them are illiterate in the city of Chicago, and you're on the cover of my fucking textbook. It's like, yeah, no, you're illiterate. They're graduating illiterate people of color in Chicago, and they're advertising them on the cover of the fucking textbooks. Like, yeah, they're studying. Oh, okay, right. Anyway, I don't know how I got onto that, but yeah, dude, this is a stretch even for the race baiting community, where it's just like, yeah, dude, there's nothing. There was nothing in this commercial that was like, yeah, okay, so yeah, white people, we can exist. We have a right to exist, and you can put a beautiful white girl in your commercial, and it's going to get traction. I don't know what to tell you. It's not white supremacy. It's just a beautiful fucking white chick with a great set of cans.
Do you think if Pepsi did a recreation of the Cindy Crawford Pepsi commercial now, like using, say, Sidney Sweeney or somebody of that caliber, like would they get the backlash now? Like that,
I don't remember
because that was iconic. You don't remember the Cindy Crawford Pepsi commercial? Was it Cindy Crawford?
Pull it up. I remember Cindy Crawford. This is back when we only had like one or two fucking, like, how would you put them? Just like national smoke shows. Like Cindy Crawford, if you were a 90s kid, like she was it. But I guess that's white supremacy.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah. Not allowed to be attracted to white people. You are a racist if you are. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't remember this Pepsi commercial.
Oh, dude, how can you not?
I don't know. Maybe we'll pull. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's watch it. Maybe I remember it after I see it. No, I don't remember.
New way to look at Pepsi and Diet Pepsi.
I don't remember this, but I mean, the most ridiculous thing about that ad is she's driving a fucking Ferrari or whatever.
Again, I mean, this is Cindy Crawford in jeans, a white tank top, driving a sports car. I mean, this is, it's exactly the Sidney Sweeney American Eagle commercial, but for a Pepsi can.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe if they had been doing that same commercial for the last 30 years, it wouldn't be as effective. So in a sense, maybe it was good that they took that little detour down retarded woke lane where they just start putting fat, ugly people and everything. And it's such a relief to just have like a decent looking person modeling your shit that it's just like, oh yeah, this is what it used to be like. I mean, everybody wants to go back to the 90s. Everybody that fucking lived through it. It was the last great decade. And yeah, dude, they should just start doing bring back like all those commercials. It would be great. But maybe you do reach like a saturation point. I doubt it. It would just be like we wouldn't be talking about it because it would just be normal. Well, be like, oh yeah, there's a beautiful woman modeling your clothes. Yeah, well, obviously.
Most commercials these days are fucking stupid, or you can't figure out what's going on, what they're advertising for. Like, get back to the basics. The new Bud Light commercials with Post Malone and Shane Gillis and Peyton Manning doing the like cul-de-sac neighborhood dad thing. Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. Those are great. Like, Bud Light got their head out of their ass and figured out like how to make funny, good commercials again. And the Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Peyton Manning commercials are reminiscent of like the early 2000s Bud Light commercials that were fucking funny. It's like, just make it a good product. You don't need to include a bunch of woke shit. You don't need to pander to people. Just make something that's appealing, that makes people laugh or makes people go, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. Be creative. What they've tried to do is substitute creativity and for like wokeness. Like they're just like, okay, we'll just slap a minority on here, or a like somebody who's not traditionally beautiful. Right. And that's like a crutch that they would use because they're not funny, they're not creative, or they're just lazy and they thought that would play well. And they really misread the room. Maybe you could do it like once as sort of like a shock factor thing. Be like, hey, we're gonna try putting a fat chick in lingerie. But like to keep doing it over and over again after you get the initial reaction where people are like, yeah, I don't want to see that. Nah, it's not going to work. Then it's like, now you're just pushing an ideology on people and that pisses them off. And that one chick was talking about like the ideology. There's no ideology involved in that Blue Jean commercial. It's just a normal fucking, I guess like normal. If you're a normal fucking human being, a red-blooded American, then yeah, like that's who it's appealing to. But there's no like, they weren't pushing any political agenda there by putting a beautiful woman in a pair of jeans and having her drive a muscle car around. What?
Right. There was
what ideology is that? Oh, that's conservative now?
There was nothing that said like, blacks aren't allowed in American Eagle. These are only jeans for white people. In fact, if anything, I would think, seeing the extra ass room that those jeans had on her, black women would be like, oh, look, like I can put my whole ass in those jeans and it'll look good.
Make them look good. Yeah, I could fill those jeans better than Sidney Sweeney.
Right? Like, and yet here we are at the heart of it. It's because nobody on the left has a sense of humor, which kind of takes us to one of the other things you had sent of how they don't understand Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. So Charlie Kirk is going to be in the next South Park episode. Cartman's going to be playing him. And like any person with like a sense of humor, he embraces this, leans into it, and changes his profile picture to the picture of Cartman as him. That's funny. Like I would, dude, if they made they made fun of me on South Park, I would consider that a badge of honor. I don't care what they would say about me, but it would be hilarious. And I would absolutely put my profile picture on there. Like, if you can laugh at yourself, you generally have like a sense of humor. And also like, even if you were like highly offended by it, this is what I don't get about people this day and age, where it's like, you let them know that you're offended by something. I would never let anybody know that I was bothered by it.
Anytime somebody like makes fun of me, I sit here and laugh my ass off. Like, if you're gonna do it, at least be fucking creative. My goddamn name is Hillbilly Boy on fucking Twitter. Like, obviously, you're not gonna offend me by making fun of my intelligence or something like that. Like, be creative. Hit me with something I haven't heard before. You can't call me racist or cousin fucker or anything like that. Like, it's not gonna work. Be creative. Do something that's gonna make me fucking genuinely laugh. Yeah, if there was a Peddling Fiction episode of South Park where they were making fun of the two of us, I would tell everybody I know, watch the fucking episode. Like, I would be sending out links to everybody. I'd be like, this is going to be the greatest shit ever. I bet they are going to absolutely just roast us, and I'm going to love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I mean, it just goes to show you that, like, these, I mean, they got a bunch of money. Was it from CBS that's paying him? Yeah, like $1 billion.
Paramount. It's Paramount, which owns CBS. So yeah. So they gave him like that. It was $1 billion. It was 1.5 billion. I think we discovered on the last episode. Yeah. And it's like the first episode. Okay, they make fun of Trump, and kind of like they didn't do a really good job of it. But they go after him. Now they're going after Charlie Kirk. Like, it just goes to show you that they're like, this seems to be their mission now, is to kind of go after people who are apparently pretty influential. I see Charlie Kirk around, like he's on podcasts and stuff, and I see him talking, but apparently he's like struck a chord with the left. And if they're putting him on South Park and trying to make fun of him, that maybe like he must be having a big influence. So yeah, I would consider that, if I were him, a badge of honor. I would wear it as a badge of honor, and I'd be able to laugh at myself. It's like, if they do a good job of it, if they just kind of phone it in like they did with Trump, I'd be like, yeah, that was kind of shitty. But like, dude, imagine having your own South Park episode. That's the thing, is like the Trump one really seemed like it was phoned in, and then the left is like, oh, they really hate conservatives. Look how they're going after Charlie Kirk and Trump, and the right for years has thought that that South Park was more on the side of the right. They're actually on the side of neither. Here's a quote from Matt Stone from a few years ago. I hate conservatives, but I really fucking hate liberals. Like,
yeah. I understand that sentiment. And the post that you put up there was like this person who was like retweeting Charlie Kirk's profile picture, and they can't understand why he would do that. They're like, they're making fun of you. Why are you changing your profile picture to this? It's like, because I have a sense of humor, because I understand funny, and because, like I said, it's a badge of honor. They're trying to go after you, if they are, for a reason. And if not, like, it's just fucking hilarious to be in your own, like, have your own cartoon of you. Like, of course, like most normal people would fucking change their profile picture to that. But I've seen dozens of people on Twitter not understanding why anybody would do that. And that's why they can't fucking meme. That's why they can't enjoy like comedy shows. They have no sense of humor, and it must just be a horrible way to go through life, which is probably why they're all fucking miserable and they mutilate themselves. And yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for him, really.
Like, learn to lean into the joke and enjoy life. It's golly. Whenever Sean was getting bullied and picked on a couple years ago, one of the kids was saying mean things to him. I was like, dude, this is us around the breakfast table every morning. Like, we say infinitely worse shit to you every single day than what anybody in your school is going to say to you. If you're not sharp enough to identify this kid's most deep insecurities and absolutely obliterate him on them the second he opens his mouth, like, I haven't raised you right. It's like, you don't have to hold back. Be mean back. Say shit. Talk shit. Be fun. And make sure it's funny, too. Make sure that everybody else who hears it thinks it's the funniest shit they've ever heard, but it strikes something deep in him that makes him want to cry and go throw himself off a bridge. Like, do it right. And the next day, he was like, all right, I took care of it. He did cry. I was like, see, this is easy. Like, make fun of people. Like, raise your kids to be mean and to make fun of people. That's
okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with some good old-fashioned ball breaking. I mean, when I get together with like my buddies, like that's pretty much all we do.
But so now Sean and that kid are friends, and they absolutely roast each other nonstop, and it's fucking hilarious. Like they don't get feelings hurt anymore. Like once you get to a certain point, it's all just fun and games. Again, that's I
you don't want anybody getting too big for their britches, as they say down south. Do they say that?
Yeah,
britches. But yeah, I don't know. That's just generally how guys used to interact. I don't know what's going on with these like effeminate dudes today, but yeah, they're just like I said. I feel bad for them. They look fucking miserable, and they kind of like they make their look like their exterior look match the way they feel. It's just, and then it kind of compounds itself. And yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just, you'd be so much happier if you just relaxed a little bit. We're able to laugh at things that were fucking funny. And even like that, like their reaction to this and like the Trump thing, it's always like they're not like, oh, that was so funny when they made fun of Donald Trump. It's like, oh, look at these conservatives, they're crying about it. It's like they can't even enjoy the humor of it. They have to try to like get off on other people feeling bad when they're not even really feeling bad. It's like Schadenfreude, but like they're not even really like, they're trying to like project that they're like really upset about these being made fun of, and like, I don't think Donald Trump cares. How many small dick jokes has Donald Trump heard since 2016?
Do we think Donald Trump even?
Well, he does care about his hands, though. Don't make fun of his hands.
But I mean, do we think Donald Trump even watches South Park or like gives a fuck about South Park?
Yeah, no, but he is definitely like the hand thing's really bothered him. So I don't know. The small dick thing, maybe that does. I don't know. Maybe he's used to it by now. That could be a bad example. But yeah, I don't know, man. These people,
or Trump could be like every other guy, and it's like, yeah, my dick's small. It's like, man, like that's the joke. We're all gay and we all have small dicks. We get it, yeah. Like that's the joke I tell all of my friends. That's what my friends tell me. Like, you're gay and you have a small dick. Like,
yep. That's what you tell the ladies too. You under promise and then you over deliver. Shit, they'll never see you coming. Think you're their gay bestie. Oh man. All right. What else we got today?
Oh, we got the canary in the economic coal mine. Since you're watching the board and seeing how things are trading right now and getting pissed off, tell us how it's going to go here in the near future.
Yeah. So, well, this was interesting. So we just got the GDP numbers out for the second quarter, and they surprised to the upside at 3%. That's the other article I sent you. But then right after this was no, you can pull the Vegas one. That's fine. The Vegas economy is like tanking like it did in 2008, 2009. The casino revenues are down. The hotel occupancy is down. So international, it's not just like in the US, like international travel is slowing down quite a bit. And this is sort of one of the indicators that things were going to go south in leading up to the 2008 financial crisis was like, oh shit, dude, even people don't even want to gamble anymore. Like that used to be considered one of the recession proof things, was like gambling, cigarettes, alcohol, all the good vices. But you're starting to see major cracks in the Vegas economy, and it doesn't seem to jive with the economic news and narrative that's coming out of Washington, D.C. Yeah, the market's just touched all-time highs. Where are we at right now? Dow's down a little bit. NASDAQ is still up. S&P 500 basically break even on the day. And yeah, I mean, was gold still getting hammered? Yeah, gold's down $38. But like the markets are not, they're not the economy. And these GDP numbers, if you look into if you scroll down to the bottom of this article, like a little lower, it starts to talk about inflation. There's a part about the price of beef. Yeah, like right about there. Yeah, there you go. Can you read that for us?
Inflation is causing our standard of living to collapse. This is something that I've written about over and over again. At this stage, things are so bad that 83% of Americans are dealing with stressflation. A LifeStance Health survey released today reveals stressflation is affecting most Americans, with 83% reporting financial stress driven by inflation, mass layoffs, and the rising cost of living and recession fears. Millennials and Gen Z report the most significant mental health impacts. Here we go. In June, meat prices well outpaced the entire food at home category, with steak and ground beef prices rising 12.4 and 10.3% respectively, compared with a year earlier, according to the Labor Department's Consumer Price Index. Beef prices are now hitting a record $9.26 per pound at retailers as of June, according to the USDA. God, I'm glad I live out in the middle of nowhere where a lot of the meat is like locally sourced and I can get good like discount sales and prices on stuff. I have a freezer just completely full of.
Yep. Yeah. Well, so 12.4% and 10.3% for steak and ground beef, respectively. Now they'll tell you that inflation's at 2.7% or something, but then when you look at the fucking prices of everything, it's 3-4 times that, and that's not being captured in the GDP. Somehow they're juicing these numbers, which overstates GDP. A 3% GDP, like Trump was bragging about it because it smashed expectations. I think they were expecting like 2.6 or something. And then the first quarter was actually a negative print, negative 0.5. So the good news for the Trump administration is that, well, I don't even know actually, because I know they changed what the definition of a recession was, but back-to-back quarters of negative GDP used to be the definition. So he avoided that. But did he really? If you accurately reflect the prices of things that people are just getting, annihilated by, do you really have a 3% GDP, or is it probably a negative print? And the way the economy is chugging along right now, and the way we've been tracking the jobs reports and these GDP numbers and everything, they do get revised down in the future, but it just doesn't feel like the market should be at all-time highs right now. And it doesn't feel like everything's great and the job market's fine. People, like the prices you're paying for things that you actually have to buy all the time. Used car prices, I think that might have been part of that other article as well. Like they were up like $9,000 on average for a fucking car. And the age of cars that are on the roads is at like an all-time high. Like they're the oldest cars that people have ever been driving on average. People, like, they just don't have the discretionary income anymore to just fuck off to Vegas and blow a couple grand at the tables. And if the economy was really well, when the economy actually is booming, people are going to Vegas and they're throwing money around left and right. And you're not seeing that anymore. And there are certain things that you just can't hide with these types of government statistics, where you can, they have the birth death model for the jobs numbers and businesses coming in. The GDP can be fucking manipulated by manipulating the CPI, which can be manipulated by substitution and hedonics and all these things. The stock market, again, dude, if you're just pumping money into the economy, the first place it goes is into the stock market. So yeah, it's at all-time highs, but are people that are living in the real world feeling like the market's at all-time highs? Probably not. And Vegas seems to be indicating that same thing. So I don't know. We'll see how the next couple of years go, but I think we're in a pretty precarious situation here in the midterms for the Republicans. Probably not going to be looking too good. Even if GDP is like 3% or sub 3, like those aren't great numbers. And the jobs report, like I forget what was the last one was like maybe 200,000 something, which is not a great fucking print either. But they're acting like these mediocre numbers are amazing just because the expectations were for like subpar numbers. So yeah, I don't know. 3% GDP, if that is in fact like, if that was a real number, it's not like a terrible number. It's like decent. Okay. It's not like 4%, 4.5%. It's not like that kind of a fucking growth. It's not like Trump's winning. Trump's winning America is like, yeah, we're striving for mediocre numbers. No, he wants like fucking blowout numbers, and he's not getting it. And I think most Americans, I mean, I was just in the US for the first time in about 6 months. And dude, I mean, the first time I was in Portland on the West Coast since like probably 2012, something like that. And the prices of everything were easily probably 3x what they were when I was there in 2012. I remember Portland being like significantly cheaper than Chicago when I was there. You get a cocktail for like $4 or $5 at like a nice bar. You go to a food truck and like you're getting something for $5, $6, maybe $7. There was nothing other than there was a hot dog. Like you could get a Chicago dog at this hot dog cart for $9. I think a hot dog is cheaper at like a fucking Cubs game than that. Like the cheap, like, and most things were like $15, $16, $17 out of a fucking food truck. This is like, and then if you go to a restaurant, it's probably twice that. Like people are getting fucking raked over the coals with the prices of these things. And there's just, they're having to take on second, third jobs. That's what we've seen, that a lot of that in the jobs numbers. It's usually people taking on like a second gig to kind of try to get back to where they used to be with just one gig. And man, I don't care how high the stock market goes, it's not reflecting. I mean, it's something like seven stocks are holding up like the entire fucking S&P 500. Or maybe it's the net, I forget, but it's all concentrated in a couple of stocks. And it's not even like the FANG stocks, but then you have like Nvidia and Palantir and things like that. Like, yeah, they're going gangbusters, but the rest of these stocks are not. And that's very bubblicious when you got 6 to 10 stocks that are accounting for all of the gains in the indexes. That's not really indicative of an economy that's firing on all cylinders. That's indicative of we're getting into bubblicious territory here, and I would be very nervous at these levels, especially given the amount of complacency that I see in these markets. Despite what that one post that I referenced on I think it was the last episode, where it's like, oh yeah, there's no fear in these markets. So that's a sign of good things to come. And I couldn't disagree more. So we got a little bit of a rally off of whatever happened at 2:00. Do we know what happened? My guess is they didn't change rates. They were supposed to do 2 rate cuts this year. And then they were like, they cut it to 2. So let's see, FOMC rate statements. Yeah.
As of 44 minutes ago, the Federal Reserve holds key interest rates steady as it monitors Trump's tax policy.
Yeah,
or tariff policy.
Yep. Still at 4.5%. So they're going to hold off. They'll probably do a rate cut in September, I think, would be my guess. I think there's a September meeting. And that's the only one we'll get, and they'll just get that kind of to because they don't want to freak the markets out too much. But they shouldn't be cutting rates. They don't have inflation under control. Despite what Trump's saying. Trump saw the GDP number. We smashed expectations. The Fed needs to cut rates now. Which, dude, by the way, he keeps berating Jerome Powell about cutting rates. Like, I just feel like that's a really, like, the wrong tactic to go. Like, if I was Jerome Powell and this guy was calling me all kinds of names and telling me I got to cut rates, I would just keep them where they're at out of spite, if anything.
Is this some of the Trump 4D chess? Like, talk shit about Jerome Powell, knowing that it drums up your base and gets them like, yeah, he's taking it to him, while at the same time you understand that cutting rates probably wouldn't be a good thing. So we need to kind of keep them about where they are. So, like, talk shit. He keeps them where they are. You get to appeal to your base while not really doing anything.
Yeah, well, I think he's gonna use it as an excuse as to why the economy is not as good as he said it was gonna be in a year or two. Because Jerome Powell wouldn't cut rates. He wasn't listening to the markets. The markets were saying we were in a good place to cut rates, and he didn't. Even though I told him to, he's too late, Powell, and he waited too long, and it wasn't enough. And he'll use that as an excuse as to why the economy's tanking when it actually tanks. But yeah, we're way off the highs now. Came down, stopped me out in profit, but I was hoping for like a nice little rally. Just nicked me, of course. Then rallied up to about 23,584 in NASDAQ futures, and now it's plummeting. Now it's down to 23,480, and it's sinking like a stone. And I would have been able to take a trade if we weren't doing the show early. Oh, well, I could have ridden that the other way. But yeah, I think it's probably going to go down. Yeah, it's going to clip these lows here at 23,475 momentarily, and it might keep going down. So
you could have done what you needed to do, and I could have carried us for about 10 minutes and just talked about the WNBA or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I had my one trade for the day, and it was profitable. It's fine. It's frustrating when I jam my stop up a little too high after the Fed announcement by about let's see. Yeah, by about 10 points, which is not a big move in the NASDAQ here, but it wasn't a big. I was just trying to get better at holding positions for the for longer moves. And of course, every time I do that, it never pans out, which is why I always just kind of take my fucking once it hits my initial target, I take my profits. But one day I'll hold on for a longer move and it will pan out. But yeah, no, the market's well off the highs. They don't seem to like whatever the hell. I mean, they're talking right now. There's a press conference, so I don't know what Powell's saying. He's probably saying like, yeah, we're worried about Trump's tax policies, tariffs, inflation's not quite where we'd like it to be. It's certainly over their 2% target. So yeah, cutting rates. I mean, the federal government needs them to cut rates because they need to borrow a bunch of fucking money, and they've been more and more reliant on short-term rates, which we've talked about this for years. I think something like $7 trillion of debt is coming due. Is it like this year that has to be rolled over at these new interest rates at 4.5%, and that's going to blow a goddamn hole in the deficits. So yeah, the federal government's in trouble. Our biggest expense now is interest on the national debt. It's going to explode after the big beautiful bill adds $4 trillion pretty much instantly to it, and we're rolling over low interest rate debt at higher interest rates. $7 trillion of it, and then something like 60% of the in the next like couple of years is coming due. And this is, again, Trump had the opportunity when he was president to lock in like 2% rates, but that's one of the perverted things about the way the government run. Like, you're only worried about the next election, so you're not thinking, oh, I should lock in 30 years worth of debt at 2%. Well, why would I do that when I can lock in 3 years at 0? Why pay 2% when I can just do it at basically 0? And so that was a big fucking mistake. They took on the mother of all adjustable rate mortgages, just like everybody did leading up to 2008. And the rates have reset at 4.5%. They're probably going higher. Yep, 20. Yeah, there we go. Just swept those lows. 23,450 with authority. How far are we going to go? How far are we going to go? Let me zoom out. Oh, yeah. We can get down to 23,422. And it's going. Let's go. I should probably put the chart on the screen, huh? Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. For those of you that give a shit, probably not. But, yeah, how do I do this? Share my screen. This one. Yeah, there you go. That's the reaction to the Fed not cutting rates. Those big red bars there. And these were the lows I was just talking about.
The big red bars, you mean the ones that are continuing to go further down?
Yeah, it's sinking like a stone. So this is the next area that they're going to go for right there. Yeah, you might retrace a little bit, but it looks like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to reverse at any time. Now, this is a 5-minute. But yeah, the last 15 minutes, just look at that. It's cascading. It's 120 handle, 100.
What's that low where it's going to hit resistance?
Well, here, let's. Is
that the low from April?
This low here?
Yeah.
No, that's from a couple days ago, yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. We're on a 5-minute chart here, but if you look at the daily, we got it's going to fill in. My guess is it's going to fill in this gap here, right there. So I think it's going to fill that in, and then I mean, this right here. You can see that there's not a lot of, there's just those wicks in there. Generally, those types of gaps get filled. And here's the all-time high right there. And yeah, this looks like a big reversal's coming to the downside here. And I would start looking, yeah, I mean, I would be targeting that low that I just identified. And then if you really wanted to hold for a longer move, maybe down into this gap somewhere. But yeah, it doesn't look very bullish at the moment, does it?
No.
Yeah. And here's our 5-minute. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Come on. A little farther. Give us that little hot sauce right there. Tap the bottom of that gap. Come on. See, we can tape read. There you go. Target hit. Look at it. Just kissed it, didn't it? Look at that.
Damn.
How do I do that, Justin? There you go. Oh, boom. Keep going. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Anybody who is long this market is just getting raked over the fucking coals right now. And it generally doesn't want to give you a lot of time to get out of your positions before it does that. So, yeah. Yeah, that would have been a really nice trade. Right back up.
And now
right around here.
Now we get to watch it run down for the next, hour or so? Because once it busts through, typically speaking, again, this isn't financial advice or trading advice, but usually whenever you see one run and it busts through that first resistance point, the second one is coming. Like, it's gonna keep going
in a hurry. Here it goes in a hurry.
And holy shit!
Like, so we've now had a 200-point move, and I would have loved to be a part of it, but that's okay. I caught 25 handles today. I got my 25 of the 200. But yeah, this is like a fun trade to be in when it just fucking starts running like that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know where I would have entered, maybe somewhere up in here, but there's not really an entry for me. It was running too quick. Could have done it on this up candle here. But yeah, that would have been a nice one. Nice 200 handle move in fucking 15 minutes. Hello. So yeah, the way these markets work, it's 20 points per handle. A handle is just a point in the market, a full point in the market, and there's 4 ticks that make up a handle. So it's 20 points per $20 per point per contract. So yeah, if you were in that trade, you just fucking you just made your month right there in about 15 minutes. So I don't know what Powell's saying, but the markets clearly aren't liking it. Over here, you can see this is the Dow. It just went. It was only down, like it was basically break even. It might have been at like 70 points. It's down 300 points right now. The Nasdaq was positive. It just went into negative territory. Same for the S&P. We're looking at the futures market right now because that's usually what I trade. But yeah, not looking good. Gold's down. Like everything's just fucking down. Look at all this red. Look at all this red. What's up today on my watch list? Verizon up a little bit. This is a tobacco company. But yeah, this is a sea of red here. They don't like whatever the hell he's saying. And he's probably saying that, yeah, I'm not giving you the fucking cheap money yet. I don't like the way things look. And to a market that's addicted to cheap money, they're going to sell off. They are going to sell off fast. So, yeah, that's...
It's interesting to watch these things happen in real time because, like right now, we're seeing it went down and it started to touch this next level, and now it's starting to kind of level off. Like that, they test how far they're comfortable with running down before they kind of stop.
Well, and they like to come up. Let me get rid of this zone here because it's a little too much. Like here's another gap. It's a smaller one, but look, it went up. Where did it stop? Right at the halfway point there. So if that holds, get ready for another leg down. If it comes up and fills in this gap, you could see it come up to this next one. This is kind of the way I read price action now. Here's another one. But look how this one just kind of went up into it, tapped it, and then went down. And look at the reaction you got off of the midpoint of this gap. Like to the tick. And this is not like, again, a lot of this is algorithmic. So this isn't just like, oh, this is exactly where all the buyers and sellers decided to change. We went from buying to selling right there and stopped on a dime. No, but yeah, it dips down into this gap here. You get a little bit of a retracement, and we'll see if we get another leg down. It looks like it's going to. And that's that. Remember, that's the gap from the daily chart right here. So we already filled in that first one up here, and now it's working on. Here's the gap that I'm drawing. Sorry, I'll make it a little clearer. I would look for it. Yeah, I mean, I might have had my final target right at the midpoint there, thinking that it would. A lot of times you get resistance at that midpoint, but we'll see. I mean, I don't think we're going to get a rally into the close. It's now 3:00 New York time. Final hour of trading, and I mean, you can see how high we've come. Markets at all-time highs. I mean, here's the April low. Way down here. Way down here is the April low. And it looks like it's about to roll over. And you got a nice little pool of liquidity here. This is where a lot of people who had been long might have rolled their stops up to this point or this point. And I'd be getting pretty nervous if I were them. But what do you expect? What do you expect? Despite a GDP number that came out today, 3%. Beat expectations. Expectations were 2.5. Smashed expectations. Non-farm payroll 104 versus 77. Smashing expectations. But again, these are weak numbers. They're smashing like pathetic expectations. So congratulations. But anyway, yeah, I tend to the feeling that I have is that see that? Look at that reaction we got off of the midpoint of that top gap there. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna come touch this one. I think that one's done. And here we go. Fill in this one for us. But yeah, it does seem like Vegas is the canary in the coal mine here. And despite what these numbers say, I mean, the government can make up any kind of fucking statistics they want to kind of paint a picture. But that's why Joe Biden had such a hard time selling it to the American people that the economy was great when it actually wasn't. It's like, yeah, you can make the numbers look good, but that's not reality. And the stock market can be at all-time highs and people can still be fucking struggling. A lot of people, if they have money in the stock market, it's money that they can't touch until they're fucking 65. So yeah, it doesn't do them a lot of good to have stocks that are crushing it if it's in their fucking 401ks or something, or their IRAs. You can't use that money yet. And by the time they can, who knows what inflation will have done to it. But let's see. If it does come back and take out this high, you can expect a decent reversal.
We need to like pick a day when there's going to be like a big announcement made, and have you start like 20 to 30 minutes before the announcement is going to happen, so you can kind of do a walkthrough of how trading is gone for the day, and then just watch when the announcement happens, and let people see and ask questions as it happens, and play it through to the end of the day. That way people can like get an idea of what we're looking at and what we're talking about whenever we look at this stuff. Because I think that would be entertaining, and something that could also be really interesting for people who want to kind of see how the mechanics of a day where there's a big announcement kind of work. Because this is something that, we've talked about before. If you know there's a big announcement coming in the afternoon, the trading session during the day can be very bland, or it can be really spicy depending on what kind, and you usually figure out early on in the day what it's going to be like as it leads up to it. And
let me actually, you know what, now that you bring that up, let me put one of my indicators on here. Look at this gap that it was churning around in for the last 2 days. This one here. This was a gap in the opening price and the closing price from let's see, I'd have to zoom out. But it's basically like from when the market closed to the next day the market opened, it created this big gap here. And look at it, dude. It just churned around in that gap forever. Touches the top, goes down, touches the bottom, touches the top, comes back down. It was very frustrating to trade through this the last couple of days. I didn't lose any money, but it was just like I kept getting fucking stopped out at break even, or like I did today. Like I caught 25 handles, and then of course I watched this 250 handle move. But that's all part of the game. I mean, there'll always be another one because they do give you. I mean, this if you go to forexfactory.com, is that what it's called? Yeah, forexfactory.com. I'll share this. I'll change my screen for a second. Hang on, let me share this screen with you guys. This is basically the TV guide of the markets. These red folders, those are high impact news events. So today we had several. We had the ADP non-farm payroll at 8:15. At 8:30, we had the GDP come out. 10 a.m. pending home sales, and then at 2 o'clock, this was when the Fed started their announcement, and then they do the press conference after it. Tomorrow, we got producer price index, unemployment claims, and then we got non-farm payroll on Friday. So there's a lot of news coming out. So yeah, there can be, like, when you see these red folders, like, you can expect some crazy price action. And so yeah, you always got to check that before you jump into a fucking trade. You got to be careful. I try not to trade around non-farm. I wanted to be done for the week by like this morning, because yeah, the price action gets insane. Now this was actually very clean, this move right here, but a lot of times you get like crazy whipsaws and things like that can really chop you up. But I'm sorry, let me take some of these off now. It's getting a little too much lipstick on this fucking page. But yeah, no, I'd be down for that. We can do some tape reading, and we can outline the CPI is a good one, and it just shows you how fucking like how algorithmic these things are, because like within a second of the CPI announcement, you'll see huge moves, and it's just like it's just high frequency algos that are kicking in and trading based on like keywords or something or a number. Like it's It's insane. But yeah, if we take out this high right here, which it looks like it's about to, we could go long there and target these highs. Should we do that? Should we do that? Should we take a trade right now? What time is it? Oh, 3:15.
And say, I got stuff I got to do. You can take all the trades you want.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're still doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's why I suggested.
Sorry, everybody. This is probably pretty boring if you're just listening.
That's why I suggested you should do this next time something big's coming up.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing that. We just wicked above that high. I'd like to see it close above that with some gusto before I actually hop into something. But yeah, I think I'm kind of done for the day. You never want to take a profitable day and make it unprofitable, even if you only got 25 handles. So anyway, yeah, that
is good life advice. Whether or not it's trading advice, don't take a profitable day and make it unprofitable.
Yeah. There's a lot you can learn about life through trying to trade stuff like this. A lot you learn about yourself, your emotions, how to control things. So yeah, sorry, I'm gonna take a trade. I'm gonna do it. Let's catch a little reversal here. Maybe. We'll see if it clips me in. But anyway. Yeah, I guess that'll do. Do we have anything else today?
Nothing that can't wait for Friday.
All right. Cool. Sorry we bored everybody with a bunch of screens if you're just listening. But yeah. Markets didn't like whatever the Fed had to say, so I guess we'll have to check in and see what Jerome Powell did to spook everything. But we're catching a little bounce here. So I'm already going to roll my stop to break even just because normally I wouldn't jam it up like that, but I just said I don't want to take any losses today. So, yeah. All right. I won't lose on this one. We'll see if I make anything. Maybe I catch a 200 handle move the other way. Let's go. Come on, Powell, pump it back up. And so we're going to do a Friday show?
Yeah.
Or are you one and done for this week?
And happy hour.
We're definitely doing a happy hour. I will clear my schedule for that because I owe you guys at least one good happy hour.
Oh, Sean. Yeah, Sean's got his wisdom teeth being cut out on Friday morning. So, well, we may have to play that one by ear.
Okay. Oh, dude, we should get him on. We should get him on the podcast when he's all wonky from the. Yeah. All right. So here's our. Should we show our reversal? Got a nice little reversal here. We got a nice little reversal. Remember that second gap that I drew up there? Just kissed it. It's probably going to come back down now. Stop me out in profit. Trading can be pretty easy once you get a feel for these things. It's only taken me 7 years. Only taken me 7 fucking years. It's still going to come get me. There it is. Yep. I jammed my stop up pretty high. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday with a brand new episode. Hopefully, we'll see. Play it by ear. Yeah. But certainly we'll be doing a happy hour at. Are we doing 6:30 or 7:30? I can't remember anymore. It's been so long.
We had been doing 7:30.
Okay, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can take that to the bank. Hopefully, a Friday episode, as long as everything goes well with this major oral surgery that's going to put Justin in the poorhouse. I'm telling you. Yep, it's already stopped out. But that was fun. Caught another 15 handles. Not bad. Shouldn't have jammed the stop up that high. Oh, well. What are you going to do? It's only money. So thank you all so very much for listening. I'll hopefully see you Friday. Give my best to your family. Make him do some Godfather impressions when he's all fucking swollen. That'll be pretty funny. It is really bad times getting your wisdom teeth pulled. So at least he's getting it done early and during the summer when he doesn't have to show up to school or something all mangled.
Yep.
Get made fun of again. So, yeah, that'll do it for today. Thank you so very much for listening. If you're trying to trade these markets, be careful. They're pretty wild. Moving pretty quickly these days. And, yeah, at all-time highs as well. I don't like trading all-time highs, I'll be honest. I don't like all-time highs. They make me nervous, but this market seems to keep churning along. You can't keep a good thing down. And yeah, that'll do it. Thank you so very much for listening. And until next time, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.